Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Let's get to the fact that makes your brain go, which, depending on the answer here, may not make you happy. 30-year low in Chicago. And, again, it might be happy, might be sad, depending on who you are. Kenzie guessed commercial real estate, but she wanted to change her answer to nightclubbing after Case said that.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Nightclubbing.
Yeah. But it's neither of those things. They might be low. Trouble in commercial real estate and clubbing. There might be low on that. But this blew me away last night when I saw this stat. That 30-year low in people drinking alcohol. A 30-year low, according to a new Gallup poll, 53% of people now say they moderately drink. And that is up 28% from 2015. I'm sorry, 53% say they think it's bad for your health, moderate drinking. So for a long time, we've heard from different factions and different studies in the government saying, a glass of wine or one beer a night is actually good for you. And then it comes out, no, it's bad for you or it's good for you. We get so confused. But more than half now say that they think even moderate drinking is bad for your health. And that is up 28% in just 10 years of people thinking that a couple beers is actually bad for you. And then what this turned out to then lead to is the lowest alcohol intake in the last 30 years here in the Chicagoland area and America for that matter, not just Chicago. Now, I say it's a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you think. I mean, I like beer. I like shots. Give me a shot
do you
of
like
Jaeger.
wine?
I'll drink wine. I'm becoming more and more of a wine drinker.
Okay, and you like seltzers.
I like seltzers.
And that's its own category, right?
It's alcohol, so it counts in here.
Hey, just as long as it's in your system.
As long as it's got some booze in it, and I get a buzz off it.
Why do you got to say it like that?
Because that's how I talk when I'm buzzed. So anything, high noons, vodka, whatever you drink, wine, beer, this all counts. I don't drink what I used to. I used to drink every other day, probably, going out when in my 20s. And then, you lose a few good men out there and you realize maybe I should pull this back a little bit. Now, I wonder if this is just the obvious answer is this is the rise of legal weed. And it's just changed to people smoking more weed than ever before, which is pretty much the stats say that, I believe.
To be honest, I do think this rolls in with Case's guess. I do think people also go to bars and clubs less. I just think drinking is less crazy, as recreational, especially because I'm like this. I don't want to drink just anything. I like a really nice craft cocktail. I'm bougie about it because I don't really love the taste of alcohol. So it needs to taste good. I want a good drink, and I don't want just a 7-Up mixed with rum. That's not what I want. And I think a lot of people are like that now. They'll have nice cocktails at a restaurant, but it's not these nights of drinking.
It also, for those craft cocktails you love, it's $25 for a drink.
Right, but I get buzzed off of one, so it's fine.
That's right, you do. It's fine for you, but for the alcohol consumption of the country, it's lower on those craft.
Right, yeah, because you're not going to buy 15 of them like you would your Pabst,
Yep.
I guess.
Give me my vodka and Red Bulls back in the day,
Of course. I think there's two reasons for this. I think one, and Brian, this is something you've harped on because you like drinking at concerts. I don't ever have this experience because I don't drink, period, but drinking is really expensive.
It's gotten out of control.
It used to be, my understanding was it was a cheap pastime, and now it's become a luxury. And also, if you are somebody that, say, is served too much or you just have a bender one night, everybody has their phone ready to go at all times, ready to film the drunkest person in the room, and you might not want that. And so you don't drink as a result because you don't want to be filmed doing something stupid that you won't remember the next day.
Facts.
You think that's really...
It's the surveillance state. I 100% think people are less likely to go out and let loose. You love letting loose.
I've never cared if people saw me doing something stupid.
But you have this job for a living. Most people care if people think they're stupid.
If you're at a Coldplay show or whatever, cheating on your wife, maybe you're a little buzzed, yeah?
Yeah.
It's interesting because Case does not drink, and somebody actually blames your generation right now, Case.
Well, it's true.
They're blaming you and your generation for this stat.
Guilty. I'm not helping the cause, but I've never had any desire to do it. Now, I have my own reasons. I'm surprised that generationally, I'm noticing people my age are getting really into cigarettes right now. They're not getting really into drinking, and I don't like this, but smoking is on the come up. They're having a comeback like Rocky.
Isn't that wild?
That's a bummer.
I know,
Yeah.
but
Because
people...
that's also really expensive.
It is, yeah. But I don't... I don't know. I really think it has to do with people. Even though this worked out for her to some degree, people don't want to be the next Hawk Tuah girl. They don't want to get filmed on the street while they're hammered and then wake up and have a viral video about them the next day.
I've never thought that. Now, again, you say I have this job, but I still could get fired if I did something too wrong.
I mean, I totally get that, though. Especially, like, as a girl, because people will post, like, anything of you. Like, you could fall and, like, your ass comes out of your dress. Like, well, let me just put that out there. It's like, why would you do that? Like,
yeah, those are fun videos. Those are great.
It's your fault people aren't drinking more.
Yeah, Harley checked in and said, hey, even Jesus had wine, so I'll keep drinking. Good job, Harley. Good job.
Inspiring.
Listen, I'm not encouraging people to go drink more. But I get the part about the expense. Dave Matthews Band show a month ago, I told you how me and Megan chugged high noons out front because we didn't want to pay $18 for one can of seltzer. It's gotten stupid. And even though we drank a lot outside, we got that buzz going on outside. Mm-hmm. We still had to have one inside. Getting two of those with a tip was $56.
You had to have one inside?
I can't have nothing in my hand during the show.
Have water.
Water?
hold your phone.
What do you want me to do, hydrate? Oh, that's terrible.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. If you missed the keyword this hour for System of a Down and the golden ticket, we'll give you that again in about 5 minutes. So stay right here. We'll give you that again to make sure you get in on System of a Down at Soldier Field and a chance at the golden ticket. So some programming notes for tomorrow at this exact time. 7:50 tomorrow on the show. Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave in Libertyville. He will be here on the show talking about his upcoming show at the Vic, Tom Morello and Friends. So hopefully we'll get a little bit out of him about who these friends are, and hopefully we approve of those friends. But it's going to be incredible to have Tom Morello on. I've always, I've interviewed Tom Morello probably, 6, 7 times, and I still am fascinated why it's not a bigger deal that Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine and Adam Jones, the guitar player of Tool, went to the same high school in Libertyville. And two of the biggest bands of the hard bands of the 90s to the 2000s and defining guitar-sounding bands, these guys were in a band in high school together, and they right in Libertyville.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
No one else talks about that. I'm the only one that talks about that.
What else is there to say besides that? I feel like you covered it adequately. You did a great job talking about it just now. It feels like the beginning, middle, and end of that story.
I could make a 3-part Netflix doc on that. I want to go to Libertyville High School. I want to talk to everybody. So,
hey, do you remember two guys that played guitar? Yeah, we do. All right, next.
Yeah, but the biggest bands of arguably are Q101, Tool, and Rage Against the Machine.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. One high school right there. One little town, Libertyville.
It's good.
Pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
So Tom Morello on the show tomorrow at this time. And, the show coming up at the Vic. And all the information at Q101.com and our socials about that. Tom Morello and Friends at the Vic. I will be in the front row at the barricade. And don't get in my way. I got to get to the barricade on that one.
You don't need to be in the front. You're tall.
I know, but I can be third row, but I'm not going to sit in the back of the Vic. I'm not doing that.
Why? You can see the same.
I need to see his fingers up close on the guitar.
You see his fingers.
I would need to be as close to see the dirt under his fingernails playing. That's how close I want to be to Tom Morello. Playing guitar, doing his thing. That kind of stuff.
Are you going to ask him about his pedal board?
Oh, tomorrow's show.
They're not going to want you up close.
Listen.
He's going to be trying to talk to Tom the entire time he's
I
playing.
have the same setup.
I said set up.
Yeah, what tape did you use to lay the chords down? Mine rolls up a lot.
Oh, your distortion pedal's at 2 o'clock. The distortion. Damn it.
Nice.
That's why I wasn't playing Freedom properly at home. Damn it. So also tomorrow, after we have Tom on, we will go to Case's movie review. And with back to school week in full effect the last couple weeks, depending on where you live, Monday will be CPS's first day of school. But there's a lot of areas where teachers have already gone back full on and school has started. Case will be doing Fast Times at Ridgemont High, a movie that's been requested since day one of these movie reviews. And we finally found the reason to do it. Not only that, but this week is the 43rd anniversary of that movie being released. 43 years for Fast Times, Ridgemont High, a movie that launched Sean Penn's career and Judge Reinhold and Nicolas Cage. So many people, actors, it was their first movie, and it's a classic about going back to school the first day of school and then what happens after that.
It's a movie I know nothing about. I know last year, towards the end of the school year, we did Dazed and Confused to celebrate the end of the school year. That's where our Parker Posey drop comes from, and we do the movie montage at the beginning of Fridays at 8 o'clock when I review
Fry,
those
little
movies.
piggies! Fry!
Because to me, Dazed and Confused is a Parker Posey movie, and nobody else should star in it. But I know nothing about Fast Times, but, back to school always has me feeling a certain way, even though I'm no longer in school. And so tomorrow we'll celebrate with my review of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, 8 o'clock here.
I want to ask a question to you about the first day of school, since a lot of people are having that. It's very stressful, at least I think for me and I think for all of us. I think it always has a little bit of element of excitement and stress. Maybe there's those kids that walk back and it was the cool kids just walked in and it was fine, but I think they were hiding insecurity and pain and anxiety. I really do. But what is a memory that other people from school would tell about you? Something you did at school, something that even today, years after school, and it can be any grade. It could go to grade school, middle school, high school, whatever. But if there's a memory that people tell about you from school, hit us up at 312-591-8300. I want to hear it as we all share in these wonderful stories. Kenzie, do you have one you want to share?
So I moved a lot as a kid. And at one point I lived in North Carolina and then I moved to Minnesota. And the area we moved to Minnesota was very like blonde hair, blue eye, whiter than where I lived before, which is fine.
Whiter.
Much whiter.
Sort of a Sidney Sweeney American Eagle commercial town.
I was in an American Eagle commercial. And I had really curly hair, and I had this one metal hair wrap I used to put in, which it almost like made it easy because it would kind of like braid my hair for me. And this girl came up to me, and it was probably like right at the beginning of the school year, and I'm brand new and I don't know anybody. And she goes, "Is that your tribal piece?" And I go, "What?" And she goes, "Is that your tribal piece, that metal thing?" And I go, "What tribe?" And she goes, "Oh my God." And she walks away. And I found out that the rumor was I had moved from an island in which I spoke in cliques. And I had lived in a tribe. This is how unusual. It's like the fact that I wasn't white meant I came from a tribe. And I'm like, no, I moved here from North Carolina. Like, what is? I lived in America, and that was not the rumor at all. So that was what people would say about me, is that I was from a tribe.
Oh, that's so good.
Like a hidden island in which I didn't speak English.
I'm surprised you didn't just go all in and then.
Well, I wasn't ready. You don't just get asked if it's your tribal piece.
Yeah.
It was a hair wrap.
You should have replied to her and went.
So like corn.
Have you been practicing that? Why are you good at that?
I got some hidden talents.
So anyways, I had to deal with a lot of those kind of questions.
Well, that's
when I was in
unfortunate.
school.
I wish I was there for you then.
Kenzie, did you ever get asked, and this is never something you should ask anybody that doesn't look the same as you, but did you ever get asked, what are you?
Yes.
Okay.
I usually said a person.
Bad answer. Bad answer.
Person. Yeah. So I usually lead with that when I get that question. So
I could see Kenzie.
Not a lot of what are yous.
I could see Kenzie with just hand kind of raised to the side. I'm a person, and then the hand goes over the face. Do you see me?
What's she, John Cena?
Well, then you couldn't see me.
You can't see her.
That's the rub with being
Then
John
it's
Cena.
confusing.
Case, do you have a memory of high school? So we're asking you at 312-591-8300. That memory that other people tell about something that happened to you at school, and it doesn't let go. These things last 10 years, 20 years after high school.
Yeah, I don't know what the legacy would be. I'm not at a point because I graduated high school in 2017, so it's not like we've had any reunions, and I don't really know what people remember about me. I do remember being a legal adult, being a senior in high school, 18 years old, and having a gym teacher pull me aside and telling me to, quote, cool it in gym class because I was taking our wiffle ball unit so seriously.
That tracks.
And I was making people cry because I was so competitive about it. And, not everybody wants to take gym class as seriously as I do. And as a legal adult, I was told that I needed to, quote, cool it, which I think explains a lot about how I got to where I am in life now.
We want to go through yours on this at 312-591-8300. So hit us up. that memory from school that other people will tell about you, something that you did. And I promised you the key word, so one more time to get that to you. Soldier, SOLDIER to 312.
Amen on that spelling. Double check it if you're sending it in.
It's not a rush. It's good for another half hour, but make sure you get Soldier in after you give us your school memory. But Soldier to 312-591-8300. That will get you tickets to System of a Down at Soldier Field. Massive. What a ticket. And qualify for the golden ticket, equally as massive as it's hundreds of tickets for concerts for a year. From Riot Fest to Riot Fest. Free. You're done.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
All right, about 8 minutes left till we get to 8:30, and that means this keyword is still active for Ticket Blitz Thursday and for System of a Down tickets for Soldier Field. And that's with the word you text, Soldier, SOLDIER to 312-591-8300. That gets you to win System of a Down tickets for Soldier Field. And then you'll be qualified for the golden ticket. Everything we do for an entire year from Riot Fest to Riot Fest. For example, the current golden ticket winner is already going to that show.
I think in the 5 years we've been doing Q101's Golden Ticket, and I don't mean to alarm anybody with this.
Oh, no.
It might be the single most entries we've ever had in an hour. Even with
right?
all the misspellings for how hard Soldier is to spell, the competition is fierce this year. Everybody still has a chance to win.
Yes.
But my goodness, this is really something incredible.
Well, especially once you get that once you qualify, that well gets a lot smaller out of people you can win that golden ticket from.
Yeah.
So it's big.
Well, that's fantastic. And here's the good news. You can enter again next hour. 8:30, we'll have a new keyword. And 9:30, we'll have another new keyword. Every hour today, you can keep entering and win those tickets to System of a Down at Soldier Field and qualify for the golden ticket. But so that new keyword coming up at 8:30 with Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. Now we're talking about what other people would say about you, something that happened in school. And it can be any school. It could be grade school, could be middle school, could be high school. A lot of people texting in various things. On the text line case, what do you got?
773 checked in. I almost don't want to name this person because of what they admitted to doing, but they said in high school, I took my identical twins brother's test for him so that he could pass his classes. I also took my brother's driving exam for $80 and passed him because he kept on failing. My face was on his ID until he was 24. He only got in 3 accidents in that time.
Only?
Good heavens.
What? Good
Maybe
Lord.
we learned that wasn't a good idea.
Only for $80?
God.
That's not even walking around money.
Yeah, but $80 back then was like $180,000.
He was walking around like Bezos.
It was like 2018 probably, but yeah, it's, certainly things have changed. Kenzie on the text line, what do you got? We're talking about.
Vanessa texted in and said something I remember was that I stabbed somebody with a knife, but it didn't happen. I mean, the girl got stabbed, just not by me, but you know how those rumors crack.
Wait, so she stabbed somebody?
She did not. Somebody did get stabbed, though.
Yes. Oh, that's a shame. I hope they did
Your
okay.
Honor, it had nothing to do with me.
All right, let's go to the phones at 312-591-8300. Mike checking in from Lincoln Square. Mike, ahoy. Tell us the story that you're known for in school. What's up, Mike?
Ahoy, how's it going?
It's going amazing. What's your story, bud?
So my hometown had 2 video stores where back in the day when you got a rental, they would stamp a loyalty card, and if you rented 10 DVDs, you could trade in that loyalty card and actually just buy a DVD with it.
Well, you don't have to tell me that. The loyalty cards were a big thing to have. And I don't know if you're talking about Blockbuster or a local store. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but...
Yeah, so we had one Blockbuster and one local store, but I went to a crafts and hobby shop and basically said, hey, can you make stamps with these marks? And so I became the kid that other high school students could bring me their loyalty card and I could stamp it all out, and kids would just go back to the DVD store, to Blockbuster, and get free DVDs as long as they had their loyalty card.
Yeah, well, guess who's out of business now?
Yeah.
Way to go.
And those Blockbuster days were glorious.
Yeah. They figured out the whole stamp thing.
How much did you charge for this service?
I think I did $5 to $10 for DVDs, and then I also had Subway and Quiznos stamps, and those were $4 to $5 as well.
And
so.
Quiznos is out of business now.
Yep. So,
Way to go.
yeah.
I mean, I like to take a little pride in it, but it's a good system in high school.
Yeah, it sounds like something that Sopranos would do. Like one person in Sopranos would do this as a side
It
hustle.
does seem like a Christopher arc.
Yeah.
T, I got this bootleg stamp business going.
All right, Mike. Well, what do you do today, Mike, by the way? What's your job now?
He's a bootlegger.
I do assortment for 7-Eleven, so I make sure they have enough Red Bull on the shelf and have all the right flavors.
Oh, well, that's
A little bit of fraud on the side. Side hustle.
See if I can take them down from the inside.
Yeah, there you go. Infiltrate.
All right, Mike. Thanks, buddy. Again, we're 4 minutes away from a keyword for System of a Down at Soldier Field. And the golden ticket, the new keyword. Let's take one more here from Dakota, checking in our regular crew member. Dakota, ahoy. What are you known for in school, Dakota? We may not know this. We've talked to you a lot, but I don't think we know this.
Ahoy, good morning. So, first and foremost, I had like perfect attendance all of school. Like, school is my thing. So, I loved it so much. I didn't want to ever miss a day, so I didn't. But my sophomore year, I ended up sewing a button to the inside of my foot.
Oh, God. That had to be on purpose. There's no way you did it on accident.
No, it was most certainly intentionally. So, but no, that definitely got a big rile out of a lot of people. And they're like, wait, why is that there? How did you get that on there? I was like, I sewed it in the inside of my foot. And they're like, wow, okay. And so somebody a couple of years ago was like, dude, Dakota, do you remember when you sewed a button to your foot? And I was like, absolutely, I do.
And was this a dare, or were you like, I would like a button here?
No, I most certainly just did it willingly. This was the time where I did all of my piercings myself, and so sewing a button to my foot was the next most reasonable thing to do.
A new take on home ec.
Yeah. Is it still there?
No, It is not. No.
It'd be badass if it was still there.
How do you get
It
it
would be
out?
amazing. Well, you just cut the string.
But then the strings were still in your foot.
No, you pulled
No,
those
I mean,
out.
okay. Well, it's not like it's in the inside of my muscle. It's kind of like the superficial layer of skin.
Yeah,
You just
dumbass.
All right, it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Sorry, I didn't understand buttons to foot technology.
No.
Yeah. 2.5 minutes away, your chance to go see System of a Down, the new keyword. Another chance. If you already entered, this is another chance you can enter in just 2.5 minutes for System of a Down at Soldier Field and the golden ticket from Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. If you missed the keyword for System of a Down this hour for a chance to get to Soldier Field to see them and qualify for the golden ticket, we'll give it to you at the end of music and entertainment news. Getting close to an hour from 10 o'clock where there's breaking Riot Fest news. Love that, which relates to the golden ticket as you win everything from one Riot Fest to the other one in 2026. And Case, what is this breaking news? It'd be very delicate and that we don't break it before 10 a.m.
Well, you're not going to catch me slipping. I'm not going to break the news right now. But what I can tell you, because I'm going to read this email verbatim. Kenzie, did you step on a mouse? What was that?
I'm excited.
Yeah. And that's why Kenzie's not on this email thread.
But according to the email that I can read, and thank you to Heather from Riot Fest for reaching out to Brian and Kenzie and Lauren and making sure that we were the first ones to have this information. I guess Brian and Case, because Kenzie was not on the email for very specific reasons. But we have...
It might have went to her Hotmail account. I don't know.
It might have.
Fair. It's just not fair that I get punished for being excited.
It's very fair, actually.
Yeah, there's actually a reason for it.
Yep.
But anyways, at 10 o'clock today, and Lauren will have this first. She'll break the news to not only Chicagoland, but the entire world. We have John Stamos-related Riot Fest news coming at 10 o'clock today.
Oh, my God.
That's all we can say. We should not talk about it anymore. Just move on.
I'm not saying anything else.
Yep. Just move on. But be here at 10 a.m. Absolutely, when Lauren comes in to release that information for Riot Fest. It's going to be pretty fantastic.
She's going to release it like a bird and a magician. She's just going to let it go out into the open.
And then,
beautiful.
Being Lauren, all the birds will come back and attack her. I think. Just like I can see how easily this happening.
Oh my God, that is the most brutal thing you've ever seen.
When doves attack. Oh no!
All right.
Oh my God, I can't breathe.
Yesterday, we announced breaking news about the Oasis show. The Oasis Live 25 fan store will open August 26th ahead of the band show at Soldier Field on the 28th. It's going to be located at 1421 North Milwaukee Avenue in the city's Wicker Park neighborhood, and it'll be open at 10 a.m. daily. According to the press release, it says this: exclusive brand collaborations, official merch, and limited edition items, which we're hoping, and I'm sure it's going to be, is Chicago-based merch related to Oasis that you can only get here at this store.
What do you want that to be? Like a deep dish pizza with Oasis? Or what in your mind, what is Chicago-related merch?
Right.
I
That's what
want
I was wondering.
Al Capone with a gun shooting Oasis on a T-shirt.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, you never know. Apparel for adults and kids, probably not that shirt, including T-shirts, hoodies,
children.
and jackets. Now, really what I'm looking at, as we looked at it yesterday more and more, is the Adidas and Oasis collab collection, the tracksuit. And I said to Megan that I need to get that. And she goes, what are you going to do with that? And I said, I'm going to wear it once to work to show it off. And I don't know, but where else are you going to wear it after that? I go, maybe it's my new look. Maybe I'll have the Oasis Adidas tracksuit and I'll wear it every day.
I think she was hinting at, like, are you going to work out?
No, I think it's more style track than workout tracksuit.
Ah, yes, you know the difference.
Well, what am I going to do? What am I going to sweat in a $200 sweatsuit?
Well, you could. It's weird. My first thought was that you could wear it to church. I don't know why. I just thought maybe you want to, check in with the big man upstairs and wear your Oasis tracksuit.
If I pay $200
He's
for...
going to show up and be like, things are going pretty good down
Yeah.
here.
If I show up... If I buy a $200 tracksuit, yes, I'll be wearing it to church with the bucket hat, by the way.
That's right.
When you get the, the body of Christ, can you take the bucket hat off, please?
No, you could pass it around for ties.
You could.
Dual purpose.
That's it. I got to get the bucket hat and that.
Oh, now you got to do that.
That's awesome.
Now, found out yesterday, by the way, that you have to reserve your spot, or you can reserve a spot. In fact, you must, unless you want to wait in line like 1,000 people.
Oh, this is taking a turn. So you have to?
Yes. So I did, and I secured a spot on the 26th at noon.
So you can go to oasis.ctickets, that's SEE tickets.com, to reserve your time slot for the Oasis pop-up store that's going to be in Wicker Park. Again, that opens on Tuesday, August 26th. It'll close down the day after the Oasis show, Friday, August 29th. So you can go to the show and then the next day get merch if you want to. But we all would recommend reserving a time slot ahead of time to make your shopping experience easier.
And I reserved one. I got a time slot, Kenzie. And before the show, I was really excited. I came in, and it was before you came in, and I saw a case. I reserved my time slot. I got a slot for noon on that Tuesday when it's open. And Case got this big, like, sourpuss face on. And I go, what's the matter? You didn't lock in a time? You didn't get one? He goes, no, that's the same time I got reserved.
And we didn't coordinate this. I really wanted some privacy at the Oasis pop-up store.
Oh,
I was
so
kind
it's
of
not one at a time, is it?
No. I was hoping that Brian wouldn't be there, that the company that I was traveling with would have a chance to break away from Brian.
But now you have a ride.
That's what I said.
But the person I'm going with has a car.
Listen,
Oh,
would you
who are
rather...
you going with? Nobody talked to... Son of a bitch. Who are you going with?
Oh, we didn't get you on that text thread. I'm sorry. You were off that text
We were
thread,
in a different
Kenzie.
group chat.
We were
Wait a
different.
damn minute.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't see if you wanted to get in there on
You guys
that.
have both invited people. Case, you owe me a tracksuit,
I can get you a tracksuit.
but you pay for it.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You're not going to buy her a tracksuit. You have
Yes,
$200
he
extra
is.
laying
Oh,
around?
yes, he is. Oh, yes, he damn well will. Look at me.
I don't have $200 laying around, let alone $200 extra bucks laying around.
You know what? Sure, just buy it. I'll pay you back.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
We can get you a tracksuit.
Let me tell you how upset I was that he was angry that we reserved the same time at the merch store. He doesn't want to be with me at the merch store at the same time.
But who are you already going with?
I'm going with the person that I gave my Oasis ticket to. That is famously not you.
I am so tired of you trying to sleep with her. She gets everything.
It's a sex ticket. He had a sex ticket. He gave it up. That's it. You didn't want to do that. You didn't want the sex ticket.
I said I would. I said I wouldn't have sex and buy it.
So you would do one or the other.
Yes, I said you could pick.
Would you rather give me $250 or rather me lay on top of you?
I don't even care.
Jeez.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 will give you that keyword for System of a Down tickets for Soldier Field. Ticket Butts Thursday combined with the golden ticket after we play Linkin Park in the end to give you a flashback for this week's incredible concert. All that on Q101.com, all of our pictures and videos on our socials. But we're just talking about the Oasis Live 25 fan store, where you should absolutely register to get a time to go into the merch store. And how I got a time and Case has a time to go in there and do that. What's the exact reference, the domain name to go to, Case, for that?
The website?
The website, http://
What is that domain?
www.
It's www.oasis.c-tickets. That's SEE tickets.com. If for some reason that still doesn't register with you, text in, ask me for the link. I'll send it to you.
That's awesome.
Yes.
On the text line, people also.
Try first. Don't be like, it didn't work. I got a lot of those listeners.
Kenzie's upset not being in the group text about also missing out on the merch store.
That's right. So I've got two texts I want to address. The first one came in from Chicago Heights. They're very concerned that Kenzie is being pushed off the show because she's not in certain group chats and she's not on certain email threads. Chicago Heights, I see you. I understand the concern. What people don't understand, we are keeping Kenzie employed by not giving her information.
I don't think that's right.
It's a huge factor in keeping her job here is that she doesn't have the ability to leak confidential information. So
you ever heard the expression, they can't get out of their own way? Yeah, that's where it goes here.
God, I'm just excited.
It implies here.
That 219 checked in yesterday. Kenzie was talking about how she refuses to pay for shipping. She'll spend more on product to get free shipping.
Yes.
Even if the original shipping charge would be less than what she'd spend.
Yes.
219 checked in and said Case is going to charge Kenzie $9 for shipping on the Oasis tracksuit.
Oh my God.
Fantastic.
It's a long way from Wicker Park to Elgin. It's a long ride.
Yeah, we're going to get DHL on that, actually.
All right, after Linkin Park, 3 minutes away, we'll give you that keyword. If you missed it this hour, we're now in the second half hour of this hour's Ticket Blitz Thursday for System of a Down at Soldier Field. One of the biggest tickets in the country to get, and your shot at it in 3 minutes. Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.